How do you manage when things suck? Guess lack of a better term. I don't even know where that originated. That really sucks. Sucks. When you think of sucking, you think of like the vacuum. Like, man, that's really a vacuum. Is that a right terminology or what? But how about we just say, how do you manage when things are awful? Last week was pretty challenging. Could it be like a reflection of, or like a, could it be something that I should just say that was last week? Sure. Right now counts forever. How you manage this day. How are you managing this day? How are you managing the first, not really the first, well, I guess technically this is the first whole week of the year. Depends on how you look at it. Does your week start on Sunday or does your week start on Monday? The calendar I'm used to that I saw growing up is always the first day of the week is on Sunday. So, but how do you manage? That's something that I'm going to ponder right now. I guess it's kind of like my little video diary for, today's the 8th. Wow. Yeah, January 8th, 2023, my video diary. And I won't go into the details, but last week wasn't very good. Kind of was very challenging. It kind of brought me to the point of like, what do I want out of life? What do I want for the future? What do I want to do with myself? So, again, if you're young, early 20s, maybe in your 20s, I encourage you to find a career immediately. Try not to go too long without a career or a direction or what they call a vocation. What is your vocation? What is it that you want out of life? Because if you aim at nothing, you're going to hit nothing. You're going to have nothing. Not to be too much of a killjoy. This coffee's not that good, so I'm going to throw it away. So, it's just something that I'm pondering myself, and I think that, when things are awful, when things don't go, it's okay. We were doing a standoff. Should I cross the street? Should you go? Should I cross the street? She already stopped, so she just flagged me off. But that's what's on my mind today. I called yesterday on the Christian radio show, Living by the Word. I called. I'm not sure how that's gonna pan out. I wasn't very specific to how to pray. I said I need some prayer because last week was pretty challenging, and I want some prayer to have a little bit of direction on what to do with myself. So I'm gonna take the steps that I think are in the right direction, but I believe it's in Proverbs 16. It's kind of a life verse because it's so true when you think about it. Proverbs 16:9, I think it is. It says, "A man's heart plans his way, but the Lord directs his steps." I can make all kind of plans, and the plans aren't really going to amount to anything if God has, in His sovereign will, if God in His sovereign will has another plan for you, there you go. Whatever it is. Last night I was spending time in the Beatitudes on my live stream. So you could refer to the live stream. I was breaking down the Beatitudes as much as I could think of. But when you look at the Beatitudes, is pretty much a requirement of how you're supposed to be. It's not even really negotiable, because if you follow the Beatitudes, if you're a gentle man or a gentle woman, if you're more into peace, making peace, of course, making peace as much as it counts on you. I mean, that's all good stuff. And I even mentioned already in one of my other videos about like looking at the Sermon on the Mount this year, because the Sermon on the Mount in Matthew 5, 6, and 7, I mean, that's Jesus telling us how we are to live in this world. It's counterintuitive what he says. Like, if someone's getting violent with you, your impulse is to get violent back. But why don't you take time to even step back and look at the whole picture? And it's cliche to say, what would Jesus do? Because, I mean, honestly, a lot of what we go through is different. But still, if Jesus was in your situation, how would he manage? And the only way to know how he would manage is to read the Word and to know the Word, because that's pretty much the total important part of the whole thing. When you look at Ecclesiastes, no matter how bad things get, what really matters is glorifying God and doing what God tells you to do. And the only way to glorify God and to know God is to read his Word, be at church, pray, be around his people. And you'll have a better idea of what God wants from you, and you shouldn't be confused.